Bonjour traders, welcome back. Trader Tom here from Simply Forex, the channel created to help you conquer the markets. Today is Thursday, the 18th of April. And as always, guys, we're going to start with yesterday's trades and take a look at those. And if you stay till the end of the vid, I'm also going to give you my trade ideas for today and the important news for today as well. So stay tuned. Let's start with yesterday. So we're going to look at the trade that I took, and this was an unsuccessful trade, and let's understand why. So if we start with the day chart, we were looking to sell this pair. Why were we looking to sell this pair? Because we were in a downtrend, right? We're getting lower highs, lower lows, okay? Clearly in a downtrend. And we had a bit of room to move into as well. Okay, and this would have been our target. If I just scroll out a little bit, I'm just looking for the next area of support to be my target. Okay, simple as that. If we now drop down to the H1, because this was the time frame I entered on. Well, actually, I entered on the H1, but let's look at the H4. So a couple of things happened here. So price came down, right? So the downtrend continued, and then with this candle here, it broke this last low only by a few pips, but the body of this candle broke those lows here, right? Which meant a continuation of trend. If we keep seeing lower lows, that's a continuation of trend. All right, so based on this H4 candle, I then went down to the H1, right, and just waited for a retrace. Yeah, so this is that big H4 candle, and then I like this level through here. Okay, so when price come back up into here, I started selling. Yeah, started selling here, put my stop above here. Yeah, this last high here, so up here, and then look to take price lower. As you can see, the trade didn't work out, guys. Yeah, I was concerned when it broke this level, because if you just follow H1 structure, yeah, that became the last high. And then when that broke, yeah, I would have gotten out of the trade anyway, but it actually took my stop in here. I actually use a hedge, and I'm hedged in this position. So yeah, that was Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, unsuccessful trade. We're going to have them, guys. Yeah, as long as you follow your money and risk management, you'll be absolutely fine. So that was Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. And then the trades that, I missed, quite frankly, because, I was busy doing life. Yeah, I have, family. I need to eat dinner. I don't want to be staring at the screens all day. But this was a nice trade, right? This euro pound trade, if we go to the day chart, did exactly what we expected it to do. So if you remember, if we look at structure, we was in an uptrend stroke range. Okay, so higher highs, higher lows, yeah, but we're in this range as well between here and here. Okay, so it made sense for us to buy from the bottom of the range because we're in an uptrend stroke range and take price back up to this level. And this will still be a good trade idea for today because it still has some room to move into. If we drop down to the H1, we got the break. Yeah, we had pinpointed this zone and we said if we get a break of this level, price can continue upwards. And that's exactly what happened, yeah. You can see this H1 candle here. Like I said, if I wasn't doing other things, I would have entered here, right? That would be a buy. I would put my stop below the last swing low. I'd put it below here, right? And then I would look to take price back up to this level. Okay, I will still get in, and that's the thing, guys, FOMO is a thing in trading. Yeah, you have the fear of missing out, but the market regularly gives you another opportunity. So I do not care that I have missed this trade here, right? I've been nicely in profit. Great, right? I've missed it. No problem. Because what will happen, the market will come down, maybe it'll retrace into here, the moving average 20, we get a bullish candle, and it will give you another opportunity. Start buying here, put your stop here, and take price up to here. So don't worry about missing an opportunity. Most of the time, the market gives you another opportunity. All right, so that was euro pound, but nice trade. And then the final one was NASDAQ 100. And this sort of happened at the same time as the euro pound. And this was also a nice trade that we didn't get into. Now, we were looking for sells, right? We was in this range between here and here. And then this candle broke those lows. And then once we had the break, if we zoom in a little bit, you know, this candle also rejected this area. Okay, so we was interested still in taking price back down to this blue line. Again, that's exactly what happened. Now, there was a few opportunities here to take this trade, but there was contradiction, so I didn't. So let me explain what I mean. If we now look at the H4, right? So if we look at the H4, right, there was this bearish candle here, right? But there was no room. Yeah, because we knew there was support here. And then sure enough, yeah, if we look at these candles, yeah, we had a very bullish green candle react at those lows. Now, once you see this very bullish green candle, it's difficult to sell that candle for me. Yeah, it just is, but price came down regardless. Okay, so if we drop down to the H1, we had a really nice candle here. Okay, really nice candle, yeah, because you know we're still with H1 structure. We had a nice bearish candle that was below the moving average 20. This is a nice entry for me, but that bullish H4 candle just put me off of this trade, itchy nose. But if I, you know, look at this, it would have been a great trade. There was also a break of this structure with this candle here. Okay, now we could have taken this trade, but there's not a lot of room to move into. But if, you know, if you could take this trade, you could sell here and just use a manual stop or put your stop above here. You know, you would need to be quite aggressive with the stop. But there was still some movement down to this target as well. So yeah, those were the trades from yesterday. Let's take a look at today's trades now. Guys, if you enjoy receiving my trade ideas and analysis every single day, then please come join the channel. We'd love to have you. Subscribe to the channel right now. Smash that notification button so you receive an alert. And everyone, please smash the like button. It keeps the slightly crazy editor happy. Thank you very much. Right, trades for Thursday the 18th. Before I get started, let me just mention a few things. First of all, if you haven't joined our trading community, then why not? Yeah, like-minded traders sharing knowledge, ideas, experiences. Come join our free Discord channel. All you need to do is create a username and we let you in. Simple as that. Secondly, guys, right now you can get free access to our VIP Trading Academy. Okay, in there, I give you all of my trade signals, all of my tutorials from, you know, all my experiences over the years, and you get direct access to me to ask me questions. So all of this right now is for free if you sign up with our preferred broker, and you must use our affiliate link. Also, guys, if you would like to show your love and support for the channel, then you can become a Simply Forex YouTube member, and there's many perks for doing so. Check it all out. It's all in the video description. Right, trades. Also, guys, almost forgot. Please come join me for the live stream, 8 a.m. New York Eastern Time. Get your questions ready for me. Right, we're going to start with the indices. So, you know, you could clump all indexes to indices. Sorry, I keep saying indexes or indices. All indices together. You could, and they are all pretty much sells. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at the daily and weekly to see which ones we prefer. All right. Now, NASDAQ, as you know, we were selling this, right? It's now hitting a piece of, you know, support here. And if we look at the weekly chart, you know, look at that on the moving average 20. Yeah, that is a really nice weekly area to buy. Okay, so perhaps NASDAQ is not one of the preferred indices. If we now look at S&P 500, okay, we're starting with the weekly chart this time. I would suggest this weekly chart still has a little bit more room to the downside. to the moving average 20. And I like this 5,000 psychological level. That is such a big psychological level. So I think we have a little bit more room down to there. And if we look at the day chart, yeah, it looks like we do. You know, we've got this area of support and resistance in here, right? And yeah, nice bearish candle. We've got a bit more room down to here. Okay. And all I'm looking to do, guys, is either wait for a structure break on the H1, you know, in our direction, so a downtrend, or if H1 is already in a downtrend, just follow that H1 structure. That is it. Okay, so we like the S&P, and then the Dow Jones. This is just stuttering at a support level. Yeah, if you know, these candles are not filling me with confidence, right, at this level. Okay, lots of indecision now. So this is probably less attractive. Okay, so we prefer the S&P so far. But let's take a look at a few of the other indices around the world. We've got the DAX. This will tear your face off. If we look at the weekly, start with the weekly, right? This still has lots of room down to that moving average 20 on the weekly. Okay, and price wants to get back to the moving average 20 because it is the mean, the average of this market. Okay, and then look at these candles. Okay, if we go back to the day chart, you know, these candles are telling us, look at these wicks. Yeah, and then look at these bearish candles. Everything's telling us it could come lower. And I just pick the next psychological level, maybe this 17,700 or 17,600. Okay, so the DAX, we like the DAX. The Nikkei, this has just broken a real important level for me. Yeah, it was already in a downtrend, right? So, you know, if we just follow trend, it's really started breaking down here. So this is firmly in a downtrend, but it's broken this important level through here. Okay, and we've got a bearish candle. So a retrace into here and then push down could be a really nice trade. If we look at the weekly chart, it will be very interesting. Again, this has a bit of room to move into down to the moving average 20, right? But you know, let's imagine this weekly candle finish like this, and we've got a candle that looks something like that. Yeah, therefore this weekly low is held, right? We are not interested in selling that if that happens. But as it stands right now, looking like a good sell. And then my motherland, yeah, the UK, we got the FTSE. I still think we have room down to this level. You can see these, again, I'm just looking for the last piece of support. Yeah, because if we're looking to sell the indices, this is the last piece of support. In fact, let's put a grey zone in so you can see it, right? I would say we can reach for this level. All right, this is the weekly chart. Still got a bit of room to move into, back down to the moving average 20 as well. If we drop down to the day chart, this has also clearly broken down structurally. Yeah, it's a big clue when we stop making higher highs. If we're in an uptrend and we stop making higher highs, that is a big red flag that trend is slowing down, but also trend is potentially reversing. And what is also important is the reaction at these highs. So the reaction at these highs here, look at these candles. Yeah, that is telling you that sellers are storming the market. They're storming the castle. Yeah, sure enough, we've got a structure break right there. Broke these lows, bearish candle. So again, potentially we could come from here back down to here. All right, so they're the indices that I look at. All right, and you know, they're all pretty much sells, and those were the reasons why we prefer some of them over some of the others. Okay, but my first trade idea for today, and really my only trade idea, apart from the indices that I'm looking at, is euro pound. And this was a trade idea from yesterday. Okay, and nothing's changed. In fact, we have more confirmation that the idea was correct. Yeah, we were in an uptrend stroke range, right? Yeah, higher lows, higher highs, right? These lows haven't broken. In fact, they've started to form a range between here and here. Okay, makes sense to buy from the bottom of the range. That's what we were trying to do yesterday. And then look at this bullish candle. Yeah, there is a very high probability that because of all of what I just said and this bullish candle, that we will make it back up to this high, unless crazy news comes out, right? Very high probability. So that's the trade. We want high probability. If you look at the H4, right, there is this level here. Okay, clearly a nice level. If price comes back to here, right, and we get a nice bullish reaction, I will buy the living daylights out of this. Okay, but because of the bullishness of that daily candle, it might not retrace to here. Okay, so what are our other options? So if we drop down to the H1 now, I'm just going to basically trade, right? This is the H1 structure. I'm going to basically trade, yeah, the first candle in here, perhaps the moving average 20, but this is a very broad area. I'm going to trade the first bullish, you know, H1 candle. Maybe it looks like this, or a big green bullish candle. Yeah, the first bullish candle, and I'm going to enter and take it back up to here. As long as price stays above this moving average 20. All right, guys. So yeah, Euro pound is my trade idea for today. I am also keeping an eye on oil because oil dropped like a stone. West Texas, yeehaw, intermediate crude oil cash. Apologies for my cowboy impression. Yeah, look at the day chart, right? It has broken out of this level, right? We were in an uptrend, stroke range, but instead of going to the top of the range, it's broken down, right? And potentially there's room, I would say, back down to this 81 level. Okay, so I like the daily structure, obviously. I like the daily candle, obviously. Yeah, there's lots of things I like on the day chart. It's just this weekly chart, because the weekly chart is in an uptrend, right? And it suggests there's more room up to this level for me. So again, it will be interesting to see how this weekly candle finishes, but I am keeping an eye on oil as well. All right, so those are my trade ideas for today, guys. Let's take a look at the news now. So news for Thursday, the 18th of April. Before I get started, guys, please do not forget to join me for the live stream today, 8 a.m. New York Eastern Time. Get your questions ready for me. Right, news. So overnight, we had some Aussie dollar news, and this is important news, yeah? Unemployment rate, full employment change, and a bit of a mixed bag here, okay? So that was important for the Aussie dollar. Also worth pointing out for us is at 11 o'clock, the EU Leaders Summit. Yeah, this has been going on, you know, but little snippets and pieces and speakers that come out of there can quite easily move the market. So must be aware of these EU Leaders Summit and these Eurogroup meetings. But the first big news we're interested in is this. 1:30, coming out of the US, we've got initial jobless claims, and at the same time, we've got Philly Fed manufacturing. So these two 3-star ratings could really move any of those US dollar pairs. And then after that, the only other news we're interested in is this. At 3 o'clock, we've got existing home sales coming out of the US. All right, so a relatively light news day, guys. You are quite free to trade. Guys, if you've enjoyed the vid, please subscribe, like, and share, and I'll see you later on for the live stream. Adios, amigos.